noon, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, the time is now 12 noon, and I am Norma Hutcheson, Chair of the Board of Ethics and Government Accountability, and I'm calling our September 2nd meeting to order. This meeting is being held virtually via WebEx due to COVID-19, and joining me for this meeting are board members Charles Nottingham, Melissa Tucker, Felice Smith, and Darrin Sobin. And together we constitute a quorum for the meeting. So since it was first posted, the meeting agenda has not changed in any way. So if we could review the agenda, would someone then make a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Okay, and no nays. Okay, we also have before us the minutes from our August 5th meeting, the draft minutes. And after reviewing those, would a member please make a motion to approve those meeting minutes, please?
I'll offer the motion to approve the meeting minutes from the August meeting.
Okay, there's a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any nays? Hearing none, let's move to the next item. Before I actually move to the next item, I want to welcome aboard our new board senior attorney advisor. Lynn Tran is with us. She started, I think, toward the end of this month, the end of August, and she's with us for her first board meeting with us. So welcome, Ms. Tran.
Thank you.
Okay. So next we'll hear a report from the Office of Open Government. OOG Director Niquelle Allen will provide a report on behalf of the office, and she is appearing virtually via WebEx. Director Allen, please proceed.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chairperson Hutcheson and members of the board. I am Niquelle Allen, Director of Open Government, and I am pleased to present this report on the activities of the Office of Open Government, or OOG. Since the last board meeting, the OOG has continued to fulfill its mission of ensuring that all persons receive full and complete information regarding the affairs of the district government and the actions of those who represent them. I'll start the report with Open Meetings Act and Freedom of Information Act advice rendered by the office. I have not issued any advisory opinions since the last board meeting. Formal FOIA advice. The rules modifying FOIA requests have expired due to the reopening of some District of Columbia agencies and the Mayor's Order 2021-096 ending the public health emergency. BEGA's offices are currently closed to the public due to COVID-19, and most of BEGA's staff was teleworking in August, including our FOIA officer. So if a FOIA request to BEGA requires BEGA's FOIA officer or BEGA's staff to search for records in BEGA's physical offices, those FOIA requests will not be due until 45 days after BEGA's offices reopen to the public. All other FOIA requests that BEGA receives are processed under normal FOIA rules. FOIA requesters to BEGA are given a letter detailing the changes to the FOIA requirements and the impact those changes may have on the processing of their FOIA requests. On the next item is directive on conducting remote meetings. On August 20th, 2021, I issued a written directive that provided public body members and their administrative points of contact with guidance on conducting remote meetings after the expiration of the public health emergency. The directive includes an overview of the statutory requirements for conducting remote meetings and includes best practices recommendations. The directive is published on the OOG's website, and a copy for your review is in the Dropbox. Formal Open Meetings Act advice. On August 30th, 2021, I responded to the District of Columbia Public Charter School Board's request for clarification regarding the Open Meetings Act public record retention and public inspection requirements. Based on OOG's previous advisory opinion and an analysis of the Open Meetings Act, I am requiring that board to maintain, and all boards, to maintain non-electronic meeting materials on its website for at least 1 year and up to 5 years if the server capacity on its website allows. If not, the information may be stored off-site and made available upon request after 1 year. The public portions of electronically recorded meetings do not need to be posted on the website, but they must be made available to the public upon request. However, if that board has the capacity to post electronically recorded meetings on that board's website, the files should be posted with non-electronic meeting materials. If the server capacity will be jeopardized, electronic meetings may simply be stored and made available upon request. I requested that the board, notify me within 30 days whether server capacity would be jeopardized by my directive. This advice is consistent with a 2016 advisory opinion issued by the OOG in analysis of the Open Meetings Act. I published this information on our website to be instructive to all public bodies on the issues contained in the advice. Informal Open Meetings Act and FOIA advice. Since the last board meeting, OOG responded informally, which means via email or telephone, to requests for assistance as follows. The office responded to 5 requests for Open Meetings Act advice, 8 requests for FOIA advice, and 17 requests for assistance with open-dc.gov. The next item are training and outreach. The first is public employees and online speech. On August 3rd, 2021, the Office of the Attorney General offered public employees and online speech training. The training reviewed the emerging legal landscape on the use of social media by government employees. The discussion focused on First Amendment guidance balanced with internal policy and internal rules, and members of our legal staff attended that training. Homeland Security and Emergency Management FOIA training. On August 12, 2021, Chief Counsel Barton presented a FOIA training to HCMA's FOIA officer and other staff members. The training was well received, and it's also attended by attorneys DeBerry, Orchie, and Weil. Lexis training. On August 12, 2021, Attorney Orchie attended a 3rd session of a 3-part legal research training hosted by LexisNexis. The training is designed to demonstrate effective utilization of LexisNexis when coordinating and conducting legal research. The next item, ANC FOIA training. DC Official Code Section 1-309.12D6 requires OOG to provide FOIA training sessions at least twice per calendar year on advisory neighborhood commissioners' obligations under FOIA, to which all commissioners shall be invited. As required by this law, on August 16th, I, along with the Executive Director of the Advisory Neighborhood Commissioners, Gottlieb Simon, presented a FOIA training for ANCs. On August 19th, Gottlieb Simon and Chief Counsel Barton presented an additional FOIA training for ANCs. Attorney DeBerry, Orgy, and Will attended the August 19th training, and this is our FOIA basic training, similar to what we go over for the MOLC and basic FOIA officer training that we give. Brown Bag Seminar. On August 30th, 2021, I facilitated a FOIA training for attendees of the Office of Government Ethics monthly Brown Bag Ethics Seminar titled Effectively Managing the FOIA Process. This training session took the participants through the life cycle of a FOIA request, from receiving the request to responding to the request and concluding with fees and FOIA appeals. The event was well attended, and we responded to several insightful questions concerning FOIA issues. OOG's legal staff also attended the training. A litigation and legislative update is the next item. The first one is the Open Meetings Act alternative to conciliation meeting. On August 12, 2021, I facilitated a virtual meeting to address Open Meetings complaint number OOG 2021-002-M. The complaint was filed on April 30th, 2021 against the DC Public Charter School Board. The parties could not agree to participate in the conciliation process, so I offered the complainant the opportunity to voice her concerns to the OOG legal staff and me as part of an investigation into her complaint. This was an informal meeting. After the meeting, the complainant also provided OOG legal staff with additional information regarding her complaint. The investigation into this matter is ongoing. The next item is litigation. As you know, OOG is monitoring FOIA-related cases in DC Superior Court and the U.S. Court of Appeals for the DC Circuit. The agency is not a party to any of these lawsuits, and I am providing this information for the board's awareness of litigation that may impact the interpretation of DC FOIA law. A TPM lawsuit regarding preliminary budget requests. On July 13th, 2020, as I reported previously, TPM sued the district under DC FOIA law, alleging DC failed to produce and post online various budget-related documents to the Office of the State Superintendent of Education and District of Columbia Public Schools. On August 5th, 2021, the district filed its notice of appeal and mediation screening statement. The case is now ready for briefing in the Court of Appeals. The Court of Appeals has imposed an administrative stay, and the Superior Court has granted, in relevant part, the district's motion for stay, stating the July 23rd order pending the resolution of the plaintiff's appeal. We will continue to monitor this case, and hopefully we'll be able to view oral arguments if those happen online. The next case is ACLU lawsuit regarding stop and frisk. On February 16th, 2021, the American Civil Liberties Union of the District of Columbia sued the district seeking records concerning stop and frisk by NPD. A new status hearing is set for October 1st, 2021. The OOG will continue to monitor all of these matters. The last item on my report are administrative matters. And the only item I have to report this month is on parliamentary procedure training project, portal project. The contract to complete the training portal regarding parliamentary procedure training has been issued, and the project is due to be completed by the end of the fiscal year on September 30th. We expect to do a soft launch of the portal during Ethics Week in October 2021. The portal will include 2 webinars on Robert's Rules of Order and other parliamentary procedure training. The target audience for the first rollout of the training portal is administrative points of contact for boards and commissions. We would also like to invite the BEGA board and staff to a demonstration of the web portal, which we'll schedule with you in the near future. This concludes the Office of Open Government September 2nd, 2021 report. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'd be pleased to answer them at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Allen. Are there any questions for Director Allen? And you'll let us or get with us so we can schedule that web portal training?
Yes.
Some later date, okay. Any questions? Okay, the next also via WebEx, we'll hear from the Office of Government Ethics, Acting Director Ashley Cooks. Please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chairperson Hutcheson and members of the board. I'm Ashley Cooks, the Acting Director of Government Ethics, and I'm pleased to report the activities of the Office of Government Ethics for this month. First, an update on the status of OGE's operations. The information reported today regarding OGE's cases will not reflect any status changes that may occur as a result of actions taken by the board during today's meeting. First is open investigations by status. We have 57 open investigations. Next, we have 5 open undocketed matters. For pending state investigations by status, we have 27 closed pending collection matters, 1 matter that is closed pending DC Superior Court case, 4 matters that are stayed for OAG False Claims Act case, 9 matters that are stayed for an OIG investigation, 1 matter that is stayed for a U.S. District Court case, for a total of 42 pending and stayed matters. Regulatory matters by status, we have 24 closed pending collection regulatory matters. Currently, we have 57 investigations and 14 matters that are stayed. The number of open preliminary and formal investigations includes 9 new matters open since the last board meeting. The investigative team resolved 5 preliminary investigations since the last board meeting. Next is trainings and outreach. Professional development trainings attended by staff. During the month of August, OGE attorneys and I attended the 2021 National Association of Government Communicators Summer Seminar. The seminar took place on Tuesday and Wednesday, August 24th and 25th, and included the following sessions: how to rev up your relationship with your leader, social marketing strategies for statewide initiatives, why branded podcasts work and why your company should have one, Media Metrics 101, how to start using metrics and evaluations, research and planning, and a playbook for communicating ethically and inclusively. Also, it included a course for speeding up your multimedia marketing, 3 ways to find your fast lane. I completed the supervisor's role as trainer and coach presented by SkillPath. The training covered topics such as when to handle the training and when to delegate it, measuring skill development, and common causes for poor performance. General Counsel Rashi Raj took the following online trainings with the Practicing Law Institute: IP issues for in-house counsel, mental health and wellness for litigators and women in leadership, building your personal brand. She also attended a number of DCHR and EOM sponsored talks on the vaccine requirements for district government employees. DCHR gave all agency counsel guidance on handling potential upcoming ADA accommodation requests and religious accommodations. 4 more trainings are planned for the month of September. Investigator Ralph Bradley took Introduction to DC Government Contracting. This basic course is an overview of the procurement process, covering the basic stages of purchasing. The training focused on developing insight into the roles and responsibilities of the requesting agency and the procurement office. Topics included identifying your need, selection and award, and contract administration. The purpose of this training was to provide a general understanding of how goods and services are purchased in the district government. Investigator Bradley also took the Certified Ethics Associate CEA course developed exclusively by Management and Strategy Institute, MSI. It is designed to provide attendees with a solid understanding of the ethical standards required in today's business environment. The course curriculum included an introduction of ethics, moral theories, and ethics by philosophers, types of ethics, classification of normative ethics and ethical behavior, ethical dilemmas, observations in workplace political tactics, role of managers, employer expectations, and code of conduct ethics audits. The course concluded in a final examination, which resulted in the award of the Certified Ethics Associate certification and 10 PCU earned. Auditor Emmanuel Tajuba completed the following trainings. First, number 1, polishing your skills for excellent customer service. As a customer service representative, creating a support culture that focuses on customers' needs is key. The course provided lessons on how to enhance interactions with customers to project excellent customer service, explore how to establish effective customer relationships that involve customers' problem solving. Finally, the course focused on skills for improving communication for a better client service and cultural and cross-cultural customer support center or help desk environment. Number 2, getting to the root of a problem. The course focused on developing skills for identifying stakeholders, gaining their input and trust, and using analysis techniques to get to the root cause of a problem. Number 3, establishing effective virtual trainings, virtual teams. Building and managing teams is enough of a challenge when everyone is in the same location. Collaboration when working on a team that's virtual requires even more commitment. This course taught attendees about teamwork and team leadership, and when working on a virtual team. The course covered remote management and tactics for communication, assessment, and meetings for virtual teams. Number 4, expert insight on managing virtual teams. With more people working remotely or even across state or national borders, managing virtual teams has become a hot topic. From the first meeting and from every interaction thereafter, one needs to connect team members in real time. And lastly, Auditor Tajuba attended being an effective team leader. This course covered strategies and techniques to help become a more effective and valued team member. It focused on exploring ways to adopt a positive mindset toward teamwork so that one can make a significant contribution. Next is trainings conducted by staff. Since the last board meeting, OGE attorneys conducted 3 total ethics trainings, which included the monthly ethics training, a training for the Office of Administrative Hearings, and an ethics counselor virtual brown bag discussion this past Monday, August 30th. For the brown bag discussion, OOG Director Allen presented effectively managing the FOIA process, which covered FOIA best practices and the life of a FOIA request from cradle to grave. The virtual brown bag was attended by 43 ethics counselors who were engaged in the discussion and gave positive feedback. Next, our online training. 47 employees completed our online ethics training via PeopleSoft. Ethics Week 2021. Our annual Ethics Week is scheduled to take place on October 18th through the 22nd. The theme of this year's program is reapproaching ethical values. We have scheduled presentations that address ethical concerns in a virtual world, maintaining an ethical culture, ethics pitfalls, and health and wellness. The event will include guest speaker Marcy Maslow, the Chief Integrity Builder for E-Factor, the educational board game for business ethics, as well as a legal presentation by the DC Bar Association. OOG will provide FOIA and Open Meetings Act presentations. Serve DC will present information on the donations process. Several ethics counselors will participate in a panel discussion, and General Counsel Raj will host a lunchtime yoga and ethics session. A finalized version of the schedule was added to the Dropbox for the board's review. Next is our learning management system. OGE has identified a vendor to create and host its ethics learning management system, LMS. The LMS will assist BEGA with training the district's 34,000 plus employees and public officials by providing remote on-demand ethics trainings that are specifically tailored to the district's code of conduct. The LMS will serve as a central online location for OGE's ethics training resources and materials, and will provide data analytics, course completion, and tracking information. OGE is working with the Office of Contracting and Procurement to purchase the LMS this fiscal year. Miss Ethics. OGE plans to produce 2 Miss Ethics videos with Pendragon Productions. Pendragon created the original Miss Ethics videos and the subsequent Ask Miss Ethics videos. These 2 videos, the 2 new videos, will focus on financial disclosure statement nuances, how and when to report an ethics violation, and ethical conduct in a virtual world. We are working with the Office of Contracting and Procurement on this project as well to finalize the contract. Okay, next is advisory opinions and advice. We provided approximately 39, we answered approximately 39 advice inquiries, which is 8 less than the 47 reported at the August meeting. This number does not include responses we have provided to questions regarding the lobbyist and FDS e-filing systems. OGE has not issued any advisory opinion since the last meeting, but plans to issue an advisory opinion on seeking and negotiating for employment very soon. All right, next is legislative updates. On October 27th, 2021, the Committee on the Judiciary and Public Safety will hold a virtual public hearing on the Pro Bono Legal Representation Expansion Amendment Act of 2021, Bill 24-0298. The bill is an amendment to Section 223 of the Ethics Act, which will allow employees to represent persons of limited income in affiliation with a nonprofit organization before district courts and federal courts and district and federal agencies. I plan to submit written testimony in support of the bill. A copy of the notice and the proposed bill were placed in the Dropbox for your review. Okay, moving on to OGE administrative matters, OGE staffing. We are in the process of posting vacancy announcements for an attorney advisor position, as well as our vacant administrative officer position. As stated by the board chair today and at the last board meeting, the senior attorney advisor vacancy has been filled by Ms. Lynn Tran, who started on August 30th. Ms. Tran joins BEGA from the Federal Election Commission, FEC, where she served as an assistant general counsel in the enforcement division. Prior to the FEC, Ms. Tran served as counsel and senior counsel to the U.S. Senate Select Committee on Ethics and as an enforcement attorney at the FEC. Ms. Tran began her career as an associate at a law firm in D.C. She is a graduate of NYU School of Law and the University of Texas at Austin. Welcome, Ms. Tran. Next is relocation and new office space. The city administrator has approved the Department of General Services, DGS, to issue a request for space on BEGA's behalf. The request for space is a solicitation for applications for commercial landlords who have vacant office space that meets our needs. Both OOG and OGE continue to work with the Department of General Services in pursuit of future sufficient office space. Next is financial disclosure statement, FDS. In July 2021, the financial disclosure filing season ended and enforcement activities began. While the official end of the filing period was June 15th, many filers sought extensions to file their calendar year 2021 financial disclosure statements through the month of July. For enforcement, the FDS team has produced a list comprised of 145 public filers who have not met the deadline or who have not filed despite receiving notices and reminders to file. That list was provided to the Office of Pay and Retirement Services, OPRS, for automatic payroll deductions of fines. OPRS is still processing that list. The FDS team continues to review financial disclosure review reports, FDRR, from the agencies to identify confidential filers for enforcement activities. Thus far, the review has identified approximately 226 confidential filers who have not filed their 2021 confidential financial disclosure statements. The team has sent notices notices of non-compliance and contacted individuals to ensure accuracy before reporting that 9 filers list to OPRS. Auditor Chajuba completed public financial disclosure statement audit for period July 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021. That was due on June 15th, filed by DC council members, and there were minor findings noted. So not really any major issues with those FDS statements. Lastly, the FDS team met with Octo on July 22nd to discuss repairs and upgrades to the e-file system. Octo later provided a level of effort response detailing the work needed and the costs associated with the upgrades to the FDS e-filing system. Last is the lobbying registration and reporting, LRR. The LRR team met on August 25th to discuss Auditor Tajuba's review. The team identified some technical errors with the LRR e-file system, which will be addressed with Octo. The team will proceed with fines for those late filers. Thank you. This concludes the Office of Government Ethics, September 2nd, 2021 report.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. Cooks? Any questions from the board? Okay, I do have one question for the annual ethics training. Do you send us something to register for that, or?
Yes, they're
Automatic on it?
They're on the schedule. There are the links to register for each course.
Okay.
But I
So
can email it to the board after the meeting so that you all have it.
Okay. All right. All right. Next is on the agenda of public comments. The public was invited to submit comments by 11 a.m. today. I understand we received one comment as of 11:01 today, and it will be published with this month's meeting minutes. So next is executive session, the closed session. This agenda item is to discuss ongoing confidential investigations pursuant to DC Official Code Section 2-575B14, to consult with an attorney to obtain legal advice and to preserve the attorney-client privilege between an attorney and a public body pursuant to DC Official Code Section 2-575B4A, to discuss personnel matters including the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, performance evaluation, compensation, discipline, demotion, removal, or resignation of government appointees, employees, or officials pursuant to DC Official Code Section 2-575B10, to deliberate on a decision in which the Ethics Board will exercise quasi-judicial functions pursuant to DC Official Code Section 2-575B13, and to discuss contract negotiation strategies pursuant to DC Official Code Section 5-575B2. May I have a motion to enter into executive session?
So moved. I move to enter into executive session.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second that the board enter into executive session. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Okay, no nays. So I'm going to ask the board members, please log out of this session and go to the executive session. Once the executive session ends, we'll return to the open meeting to report out any matters decided and to finish and discuss any other business and adjourn this meeting. So let's log out of this and log into our executive session. Okay, we are returning from the executive session. We have one matter to report out, and that's the board voted in favor of a negotiated settlement in case number 21-0043P in the matter C. Matthews. The board voted in favor of that negotiated settlement. There were no other items to report out. And so this concludes the meeting of the DC Board of Ethics and Government Accountability for September. The next meeting will also take place by WebEx, and the date is October 7th, 2021 at 12 noon. Everyone have a safe Labor Day weekend, and we will see you at our next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.